again in Greece, in the very nice island of Rhodes. What do you think about the bookings this period, this time? What about in Germany and what about in Europe?
Okay, so thank you for being here with us today. This year Greece is witnessing, I would say, a bit of a different season than what we have expected. I mean, the reasons are the same, that other destinations are also witnessing a lower pace of booking than what we have expected, because of the comeback of two major destinations, especially for the German and European market, which is Egypt and Turkey. So the comeback has been very, very strong on these two destinations, and that has affected I would say Greece had suffered a lot less than what's happening today in Canaries and in all the Spanish destinations, especially the Balearics as well. So, but of course the trend had followed Greece and Italy, and we are witnessing, I would say, at least 15% less booking than what we have anticipated. The bookings up to January, February were much more healthier than last year, and after February we started seeing, you know, a bit of dive down, because especially this is when the Balearics and the Spanish destinations started reacting to the pace of booking, which was low, and started coming out with a lot of special offers. So that had also started affecting, you know, people went for those special offers a lot, and it affected mainly, I would say, Greece and Italy as well. We saw the same pace in Italy this year.
Yes, but we heard a lot of theories about why the Europeans and the German also does not make bookings. We heard for last minute, we heard for that the economic situation in Germany is not good. We heard about the very hot weather. We heard for that the airplanes makes pollution in the air. So where is the truth? Why there are no bookings?
I would say it's not no bookings at all. I would say Germany is still much better, you know, when it comes to the situation this year, especially with the pace of booking. If we want to compare it with England, I mean, England, what has affected them definitely is this uncertainty of what's going to happen with the Brexit.
With the Brexit, yes.
You know, it's I don't think it's the Brexit, it's people not knowing what's going to happen. So the lack of clarity on how this can affect tourism has, you know, made the bookings coming really last minute from England. And for Germany, I think what has also the consumers' trust has been a bit shaken, especially with, we had bankruptcy of so many airlines, you know. I mean, in the last 2 years we've had Air Berlin, we've had Small Planet, we've had Germania, you know. So people have, and these have been all over the news, so people were like, okay, let's wait till the last minute, and the customer is being educated now, so he understands that on the last minute there are a lot of offers, you know. So I definitely, the overall situation this year is less by, I would say, 5%. The whole bookings from Germany to worldwide destination has gone down by 5%, and these are the statistics today. But as I said, we're hoping that now the bookings, especially with the school holidays, have just started in many areas in Germany, so people are going to react to the last minute offers. But for sure it's not a healthy situation for the overall, plus all the negative news about what's happening today in the market with Thomas Cook and all. So this is where I would say it's mainly the trust has been shaken, but at the end of the day, people are going to go on holidays, you know. I mean, they have to go, every family is promised 2 or 3 holidays every year in Germany, and they actually go for it. But we're definitely going to see a very, very strong last minute trend.
Before many years, the early bookings was very important, and last minute bookings are a small piece of the market.
Yes.
Now the situation is completely different.
I wouldn't say completely different. We still, and this is up to January, end of January, where you have very heavy early bird discounts, you know, the bookings are coming. This year also was a little bit different. January did not come as anticipated, but this was the period where there were all those bankruptcies of the airlines. So the news, you know, was not very positive in the market. But
and the Boeing 737 MAX situation, which is
exactly, that was now grounded, and it affected, even for us, we have planned 2 of these aircrafts to Gambia, and last minute, sorry, we had to run for other solutions. So we had to change the aircraft type to be able to continue with our program to Gambia. So probably exactly what you said, the general atmosphere, there were a lot of negative vibes about you know, the tourism. I heard the other day, and there was a new word in Sweden created for, I'm sure you heard about it, you know, to travel less, and there are, it's amazing that they are coming up with things like that, especially they are encouraging people to take the train, and especially for the domestic flights, and it's apparently it has decreased by 7% the amount of people who used to commute only by aircraft domestically, and so you see that people are caring, you know, about the environment and what is the airplanes are doing to it, but this should not stop the whole industry. There will be, you know, always people with families that they want to go abroad, and of course the weather is a big also has big impact. I mean, I left Germany yesterday with 30 degrees. You know, people are on the lakes, they're enjoying it and all. So the more sun we have, you know, the less business we're gonna have. So we pray for bad weather. We say, it's all right, we go somewhere sunny, but let the bad weather comes to Germany, you know, and then so people can book. And we're a tour operator today, which is not only selling holidays in Germany. We are in 6 markets. We are in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, France, Netherlands, and UK. So FTI as a group has gone now to 6 markets.
The weather is a critical point indeed.
Yeah.
FTI the last years made a very big expansion in Greece.
Yes.
And you took a lot of hotels. In general, you expand too much. What is your thinkings about Greece, the Greek hotel market, and what do you think for the next years about the bookings and the number of tourists in Greece?
Okay, so our development of the hotels in Greece was for the same reasons we developed hotel and other destinations, is to create for us as a group, for our tour operators, a product which is exclusive. You know, today the transparency in most of the European countries when it comes to booking a holiday is too big. You know, so there's a lot of transparency. You can, you know, go to any travel agency and say, I want to go to this hotel, and you have, you know, a list of 5 tour operators, starting with the cheapest, going up to the most expensive. So what we wanted is to have our own product, our own hotel that are not with our competition in the market, and to create healthy margins, because otherwise everybody's competing, selling the same hotel, competing only on the price. Especially also with the development of the flight situation in Germany and most of the European countries. Today there are flight banks. Before, everybody had his flight capacity, even if it was only blocked seats or allotment and all. But now there are systems, we call them the washing machine, that are collecting all the available flights in the market. So we cannot anymore depend on the exclusive part of the flight. We have to rely on the exclusive part of the hotel itself. So Greece has been developing for us as a group as a key destination. We started with our investment in a destination management company, Meeting Point. We started, I think it was 2012 when we opened Meeting Point with head office in Crete. Then we expanded to Athens and the head office, and we started having offices on all the islands. So And with us taking this step was for sure because Greece has not been big in our group that we said, okay, it is one of the key destinations for any touristic companies. And we took that decision, and so far today we have 2 hotels in Corfu, we have 1 in Kos, 3 hotels in Rhodos. Next year we already committed to another hotel in Corfu, and I think the trend is gonna go bigger. But we are a company that runs after opportunities, a lot of distressed assets with the bank. And for the banks, we're a strategic partner because they know we have the bookings behind it. We have a tour operator, so those hotels are not going to sit and be empty as long as we have our tour operator filling them. So we always come after good opportunities, and what we are doing is long-term lease for the hotels. So that provides us also with the capability of upgrading these products and investing in them. And so we always go either for ownership or what we call the triple net lease, where we are responsible for all the maintenance and renovation and so on. So yes, I would say that we will continue to develop Greece as a destination, and the hotel part is very, very important for us, as I said.
Did you discuss this time for a new project?
We are going tomorrow to Corfu, and we are going to, we have committed to a new hotel already, but we're always through our people here, listening, seeing what's in the market, and when a good opportunity comes, we always jump on it, but it has to be very good.
In how many destinations you have a program in Greece?
In program, in all, we're covering all islands
everywhere.
today. All islands.
So you didn't programming to have a brand new destination in Greece. For example, a lot of tour operators the last years goes to Peloponnese and to Kalamata because
it's one of my favorite destinations.
Okay.
I mean, I used to, for a few years or 3-4 years, continuously I used to go to Tola. I'm a big fan of this little fishing village, in the Peloponnese area. And we like nice family hotels, so Kalamata, I was once there in Costa Navarino and all, and I saw the destination is, the hotel itself, that hotel is not made for Greece, it's, in Greece you need really Greek hotels. So as I said, whenever, it also depends on our flight programs. Today, our biggest flight program is to these islands, Corfu, Kos, and Rhodos, of course Crete as well. So Crete would be also a big hit for us when it comes to hotels development. I think the next island when it comes to hotels development would be Crete for us. Yeah.
Let's go to the aviation industry. A lot of problems there were and there are in the last years. We saw bankruptcies, we saw problems with technical safety, and IATA, and not only, says that if you want to fly with the planes, you have to pay the cost. The tour operator says that the fares are very expensive, and there is a problem between the aviation industry, the tour operators, and the users, let's say, in general. What do you think about this situation?
Well, I think what has driven the bankruptcies is mostly an overcapacity. If I want to look at what happened with Air Berlin and Germania and all, it's a low-cost airline that was open to so many destinations. I take, for instance, I come originally from Beirut. I live in Munich, and we never had direct flight to Beirut. So when Germania decided to go to Beirut, and I was the happiest, in 4 hours now I can be in Beirut. Every time I was on that flight, I was thinking, okay, the next time there's not going to be any flight to Beirut, there's not going to be, because there was simply no load, and the airlines were still going. I think it was an overcapacity and opening routes which were not, vital. So many routes were really open because of ethnic travelers, and ethnic travelers did not come as expected. So Yes, so I think it was also what they sold. I mean, sometimes you could get this 4 hours flight for 80 euros. You know, we know very well, you know, how much it costs today, you know, to go on a 4 hours flight as a cost only. I mean, it's true we don't have our own airline, but we have aircraft that we operate ourselves. So, as I said, it's an overcapacity. Last minute offers were crazy. And the consumer has been very educated, you know, they waited for those offers, and you know, at the end of the day, they just booked the cheapest seats. So the expensive yield was not happening anymore in those low-cost airlines, you know. And then what's going to happen is the merger and, you know, the consolidation. So that's what's going to happen, is the big airlines buying the small airlines, and this is the only way that the situation can be saved.
If you risk to say the numbers for Greece for this year and for the next year, because you know the numbers in Germany, the total numbers I mean, and not only in Germany, what do you say? What do you think? How will be the bookings for this year in Greece and for the next year?
I would say, again, I mean, we had a good start of the bookings in the winter for the summer. Up to February, we had a very good pace, but that was very much driven by the early bird discounts, right? Then after that, the offers of Spain, like the very, very low offers of Spain, has affected Greece.
Because Spain is minus 15, 20.
What happened in Spain, the prices went so high in the last few years, crazy prices, so it was not logical anymore to obtain those bookings. So the offers were like 20 and 30% down, you know. So, and for the consumer, it was an opportunity. You know, they didn't know when this opportunity comes again. So 30% discounts on the hotels in Spain had created a big demand, all right? And that happened between February and I would say May. I think Greece will remain a very popular destination. It doesn't only offer sun and beach.